This episode of Talkin' About Rock is sponsored by Unleashed Music. Drawing on years of experience, contacts, and partnerships, Unleashed Music is uniquely positioned to platform, develop, and realize the vision of artists of all genres. Achieve your goals by partnering with Unleashed Music and take advantage of their decades of experience to help you create and execute your marketing campaign. Visit unleashedmusic.com for more info.
On this episode of Talking About Rock, Chris Scott from The Summit. Hello and welcome to this episode of Talking About Rock. I'm Rob Edwards. Here we bring you rock interviews from veteran and upcoming artists. Subscribe on our YouTube channel to stay up to date. Follow us on our social media and our website, talkingaboutrock.com. Today we have for you some vintage rock and rollers, The Summit. In fall of 2016, they struck gold with a publishing and licensing deal in Nashville while writing some soul-infused blues rock. Then in 2017, the band was personally invited to join the legendary rocker ZZ Top out on tour. Let's welcome to the show Chris Scott to speak with us. Chris, how's it going, man?
Good, man. How you doing, brother?
Excellent, excellent. So you guys I've been reading, you guys have been described as like Zeppelin meets Humble Pie meets Black Crowes going on. So it kind of like a mishmash. Would you say that describes it well?
Yeah, I think so. This last run we did, we got compared to the Cult as well. And I'm like, you know what? Love me some Ian Astbury. So, you compare us to the Cult too. That's cool. But yeah, I think that sums us up, man.
Exactly. Well. I mean, all these guys are heavy hitters. Humble Pie set the standard back in the day. Obviously, Led Zeppelin and Black Crowes are just been tremendous coming back out. So I think you guys dropped your first EP in 2017, and that caught a lot of success with the Nicola Jane track, right?
It did. It kind of came out of nowhere, and it was. We have to thank you. You did a great introduction. We have to thank the boys in ZZ Top for that. They kind of got a hold of it and really helped us market it, and it went really well. And Nicola Jane was the I think the biggest single off that 4-track EP. So yeah, we did. We kind of maybe struck silver. I don't know about gold, but
right. Well, I got to delve into that a little bit because you brought ZZ Top back up again. How do you get a call from ZZ Top's management to say, "Hey, we want you guys on tour with us"? Did that just floor you guys, or what?
Yeah, man. I mean, it was weird. It was odd because we really hadn't put ourselves out there other than being in Nashville, and it was through a mutual friend that worked for their management company that had passed along couple of songs to their manager, and I found myself 2 weeks later getting a phone call from their manager, and he said, "Hey, we want to invite you out on tour. We really like your songs. Pitch to the band. We'd love to have you out on the Tonnage Tour," and which was awesome, which was amazing enough, right? Well, yeah, sign us up. Let's do it. This is amazing. And it was 2 days later that I actually got a call from Billy himself, which was interesting, and.
Because he lives out in Nashville too, right? He lives out there.
He does, but I mean, he goes between there and Texas. I mean, I think he's got places in California. So, I mean, when you're Billy Gibbons, you pretty much probably have a pad everywhere around the world. So,
right.
Yeah, I think those are the three main sites over here. But yeah, man, it's truly blessed to be a part of it and still create a friendship with him. So it's awesome.
Very, very cool. So you guys like we were saying, you had so much success with Nicola Jane. That just opened a lot of other doors for you guys from what I'm reading here. You guys are out with Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Collective Soul, REO Speedwagon. That seemed to kind of hit it out of the park for you guys to start rolling, right?
Yeah, it really did. It did. It had kind of that, I don't even want to call it a trickle-down effect. It was kind of a trickle-up effect, right? Because we kept getting offers and kept getting asked to come out on these tours, and it just all kind of fell together, and here we are. 7 years later, still doing it. So we're doing something right. I like to tell people that. So.
Yeah, definitely. When I've been listening to your tracks, very, very cool stuff. Definitely. And you guys got a new track out called Blue Skies, which we're going to take a listen to here in a minute. Tell us about putting that together with the singer you have on here also with that.
Yeah, so Blue Skies was actually written. I co-wrote that song with Mike Hennel, drummer, and a guy by the name of Danny Hunt, who is a local Cincinnati musician, great songwriter. We actually wrote that song back in 2015. And it was right at the height of where the opioid pandemic was really starting to hit this part of the country. Really, really bad here. I'm originally from Columbus, Cincinnati, Ohio area. And just the opioid pandemic was bad. And I had a friend pass away the year before due to opiates, and we all just kind of had, that someone that we had in our life that had been affected by it, right? So we wrote this song, and for the first couple of years, it didn't really go anywhere because we didn't really perform it live. We didn't perform it live. It wasn't something that we felt was ever the right time to perform something that emotional, right?
Right.
But going back to ZZ Top, it was really Billy Gibbons who encouraged us when he heard it on our first Tonnage Tour back in 2017. He heard us do it in a sound check, and he asked if we were playing that song tonight. I said, "Nah, it's not a song we're going to perform for your crowd." He said, "No, please do it." He said, "My crowd will absolutely relate with this." And sure enough, the end of that first night, it was actually a show in Indianapolis, Indiana. We had probably dozens and dozens and dozens of people deep in our merch booth talking about a mother, a son, a daughter, a brother, somebody that they've lost due to the opioid pandemic.
Right.
And so we knew then that we had to get this song out there. It took us a couple of years to get it done right, but yeah, we did it. Tracked it at Real World Studios with Will Turpin from Collective Soul, who's our producer, and put this together. And Jena Kraus, a lot of people know Jena Kraus from Blind Melon, the song Mouthful of Cavities. Jena was featured on that. I've been friends with Jena for a couple of years, and obviously the opioid crisis has hit her personally because of Shannon's death. Shannon Moon, God rest his soul. And it's affected her personally as well. Pitched it to her. She loved the song, fell in love with it. And I said, you know what? We're making this a duet. And we made it a duet. And the rest is history. And it was our final single off of the Firebirds and Aviators album that will be out November 1st. And we're happy with it. We're proud of it.
Yeah, definitely very, very great track. And that's the magic I always tell people of music, when you create those emotional connections with people that you don't even know, right? That's the magic of music. When you have a great song and people feel that connection with it, boom, you know, you definitely got something. But definitely an outstanding track. So we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll play the track and video for Blue Skies, and we'll be right back here on Talking About Rock. Okay, we're back here on Talking About Rock. Just checked out the track for Blue Skies. Excellent. Such an emotional track, like you're saying. You guys are finishing up now in the studios, and you're getting ready. I think you were saying November 1st for Firebirds and Aviators. Kind of putting the finishing touches on that, getting ready to master, or where are you at in the process?
We are done, my brother. We are finished. It's already been mastered. It is ready to go. We are, we are actually Third Man Records up in Detroit is actually pressing the vinyl, so it is in full vinyl press right now mode, and we're done. Everything's tracked, everything's mastered. Just waiting for that November 1st release, and we can't be more excited about it.
Very, very cool, definitely. So what's next on the horizon? You guys got some shows lined up, or some stuff you're working on, or what's happening after you get the record out?
Yeah, so we're kind of piecing our fall tour together with the record release, and we've got a pretty big fall coming up with some familiar faces on tour. Won't announce who those are right now, but I will definitely let you know. And maybe you guys talking about rock can announce it first. But yeah, big tour starting mid-October, and we'll probably run right up until the holidays, and then we're looking at right now going to Europe the first part of the year. So we're kind of putting that stuff together as well right now. So things are going to pick up next month, and they're not going to slow down for us. So
very, very cool. Yeah, we'd be so honored if you let us in on that when you're able to, when things are tightened up with all the details and stuff like that. And that's cool. That's so cool. You're going over to Europe and stuff like that. They love rock music over there. The crowds are just amazing, from all the different artists I talk to and all the festivals they have. If we can ever get out of the kind of poppy whatever thing we got going on in the US, and maybe get back to some rock, I think that would be great. That's kind of what we need. Definitely you guys, some outstanding tracks on here. Very, very cool. One last thing, what do you kind of do in your off time that you're not in the studio? I know sounds like you've had your nose to the grindstone a little bit with this one going on.
Yeah, no, it's a great question. So I'm a family man. I've got two teenage daughters, so I'm usually on the soccer field or on the softball field, or working on something with them. I've got a daughter that is in theater, the musical theater. So even when I'm not personally doing music, my daughter's doing it. So I'm trucking around with that, and yeah, just loving my Ohio State football, my Cincinnati Bengals. New Day, huge Bengal fans here in Cincinnati. So doing that, and working with younger artists too. Always trying to encourage younger artists to stick with their original craft and be fearless. And so I'm always doing that. And I'm a teacher. I teach part time at a university. So yeah, man, I love life. I love people. Anywhere I can put my stamp on it.
Yeah, I think that's so important, and to show some of these younger artists, because it's so hard to get your original music going nowadays. So many of these bands struggle with that, and they get caught. They get caught in the cover band type of thing, or cover tracks, and they just don't know how to figure out a way to work themselves out of it. I always tell them, start throwing some originals in there. Got to start doing that. That's where all this music came from, right?
Right. You just got to be fearless, and that's what I tell people all the time. I tell my own daughter that, and she's starting to try to write a little bit more on her own now, and her dream is to become a playwright. She wants to become a playwright and be able to do that. And I told her, I said, get in there and start writing now. I mean, she's almost 16, but I tell people, just be fearless. Don't have any limits. Just do and make yourself happy, and everything else will work out.
Excellent. So folks who want to check more out about you guys, where should they check you out? On your socials or your website, or where should they go?
We're all over the place. Best place to go to get all of our socials and everything linked. You can also pre-sale or pre-buy our vinyl, which is coming out. We'll have our pre-save links pretty soon to all of our social platforms, Spotify, etc. as well. But go to thesummitband.com. That is the best place to go. Thesummitband.com.
Very, very cool. So November 1st, Firebirds and Aviators will be out from the Summit. You can check that out on their website. I want to thank you so much for spending some time with us today. Really appreciate it, man. And also want to thank our sponsors here, School of Rock North Buffalo in New York, and Unleashed Music for sponsoring Talking About Rock. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. And hope you folks out there will all join us again for our next episode, Talking About Rock.